Hey there, have you been wondering what is vodka? Well, let's start with a quick look of the current model validation process. It starts with RNG model validation issues the annual validation report for the IRB models. After careful planning, RACM issues an audit announcement to the stakeholders to notify them of the upcoming audit. Then, RACM sends a request for data and documents which they need in order to assess the performance of the models. The waiting time for data and documents tends to drag as it is heavily dependent on the stakeholders' availability and the complexity of preparing the requested information. Once data and documents are received, RACM performs various statistical tests and data analysis for model performance assessment. This process is not straightforward because the data requires transformation and intensive data mining using tools such as SAS, Excel, and VBA, to name a few. RACM derives their conclusion based on their assessment of the model's discriminatory power, calibration power, and model stability. And then the audit report is issued, which completes the whole model validation process. As you can see, there are several pain points in the current process, such as long waiting time for data, heavily manual and repetitive. And so RACM team started asking, how can we improve and transform the status quo? Through team effort and brainstorming, they came up with the vision of continuous, easy to use, and on-demand data analytics tool, which they named as Validation on Demand by Group Audit, or better known as vodga. And now comes the challenging task to make vodka a reality. Once the product vision was set, the team moved on into selecting the appropriate approach in developing vodka. They wanted a usable product as soon as possible and progressively improve it through several phases. They had a choice between traditional waterfall methodology versus agile methodology. After proper consideration, the team decided that agile is the way to go, and so RACM and DART teams got together to form the Agile Scrum team, consisting of product owner, Scrum Master, developer, and members. The product owner gathered all the user requirements and ranked them based on the highest priority to form the backlog. The team planned the releases, sprints, and deliverables, which can change over time depending on user requirements and progress. Each sprint starts with planning of detailed tasks and acceptance criteria. The Scrum Master drives the execution of plan and agile practices. Sprint is every 2 weeks, and stand-up meetings are held every 2 days to discuss what have we done, what are we going to do, what stops us from moving forward using the visual board. At the end of each sprint, the team conducts live demo, sprint review, sprint retrospective to discuss what goes well, what does not go well, and what can be improved, and more importantly, to give thanks. Now, let me share some of our success stories. Until now, we have completed 4 releases. For Release 1, the monthly assessment for Singapore retail models successfully delivered ahead of schedule on 30th of June. For Release 2, the trend analysis tool for Singapore retail models was also completed ahead of schedule on 19th of August. For Release 3 and Release 4, tools for monthly assessment and trend analysis on Singapore non-retail models were completed as planned on 31st of October and 2nd of December respectively. Lastly, you can visit vodka via this link. Thank you for watching.